in today's session, I brought some little exercises that we will work on and speaking, okay? And I'll start sharing my screen with you guys. Okay, so today we will start talking about age. My first question, do you think age is a subjective topic? Do you think age is important? This is the first question in general that I'm going to pose. How important is age for you? Is it a bad thing that we are aging? Is it a good thing that we are aging? Do you think that there's a time and place for everything, and there's you might be at the right age to do certain things, or is it never too late to do certain things? For example, some people say it is never too late to learn new things, or it's never too late to go and study more. And sometimes people say, hey, you're too old to do this, right? Or what do you think? What is your opinion about age and aging in general? Jiraiya, let's start with you.
Aging is a good thing. How I feel is it's like a wine. So when we are getting older, it's becoming very better version of ourselves, right? And it's like becoming more precious and valuable. And in some cases, it is very important because when we are applying to a course or any work, because I have faced that in my life, so we have to complete a certain age, right? We have to show that we are eligible to do this because I'm, 30 years past, I'm 50 years past, like that. For some posts, post means in the occupation, in some post, when I'm applying, so they are asking, what's your age? More than when we are showing our education background, they are considering about our experience, the life experience and the work experience. So in that case, the age is very important. So that's
exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Jerome. So we have a saying, the older you get, the wiser you get. I'm sure you might have heard of that expression, right? Hopefully it doesn't apply to everybody. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't apply to everybody, right? But generally, you would expect a certain level of maturity, right, coming in as you get a bit older, right? You get a bit wiser. You, just like you mentioned, you have a bit more experience in life. You become more worldly wise. Worldly wise means that you know a bit more about the world and the rules of life, the unwritten rules of life, right? And so hopefully you get a bit wiser. You gave the perfect example, just like a bottle of wine, right? As you age, you become more seasoned and more reasoned, hopefully. Okay, nice ideas. Fatima, what about you? What do you think about aging?
So aging is a good thing. It's like when you aging is gaining wisdom and experience. So as we get older, we understand life better. We make good, smart choices because we have experience. We understand everything much better than before, and we become more confident. We also learn to enjoy even little things, and we focus on what's really important by aging. So
Right. I second all of your opinion. Second here is a verb, right? In that case, I say I agree with everything you just said. I second that. I agree with that. I'm not raising my hand. We raise our hands when we oppose something. That's one thing. I'm raising my hand means like, hey, I'm opposing that. No, I second that. I agree with that. Right. Everything is correct. But then what about you or Jerome? You guys have not mentioned anything about the physical changes that come along with aging. How our health starts to deteriorate. Yeah. How we start having certain chronic illnesses and problems. And what about that? I mean, there comes the negative with the positive also, right? So we need to take a look at the full picture also, unfortunately. Kalusha, what do you think about aging?
I think it's a very versatile topic. But
Mm-hmm.
like you said before, there's a good and a bad. I agree with Jerem and Fatima that yeah, there are a lot of good things that come with age, but I feel like there's also a lot of negative things that come with age, not just physically but sexually as well. Because a lot of people say
Uh-huh.
like when they grow into being a lot older, they disappear. People stop caring about them and they get less opportunities. They feel like the regrets start coming up because they feel like I could have traveled more when I was younger. And the other part also comes up where, when you're older, you get a lot of benefits, like for example, a senior discount. You get you get more sympathy, even though you don't really want it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Like people will give up their seat in the bus, they'll stop to help you cross the street. Um,
Hopefully you will have less mortgage to pay. That's another benefit of aging.
right. And you
Yeah.
probably will have I guess, a less complicated life by the time you age. But there's some people who don't really like the concept of aging. They'll do whatever they can to stay young, mentally and physically. And people have come up with this sense like you have to be a certain age to do something or wear something. Or for example, like if you're
Mm.
wearing a certain style of clothing, they'll be like, that you're too old for that, or you're too young to be dressing up like this, like, do stuff that fits your age. But I feel like that should not be there. No matter what age
Mm-hmm.
you have to be who you feel like inside. So that's my
Right.
whole take on it.
Thank you, Kilisha. So feel kind of like comfortable in your own skin. Doesn't matter what the age is. There's no set standard out there that you need to conform with the norms of the society. And hey, you are too old to wear this, or you are too old to do this, right? This is something man-made, right? This is something that we set those limits in our lives. And just like you said, people might stop taking care of themselves. People might stop taking care of themselves after a certain point. They might give up. They might stop caring about their bodies and then maybe their physical appearance. Or just like you said, it's very controversial. It's very it's a kind of like it's a topic to open to discussion right now. Or the opposite, people might start feeling really like concerned and self-conscious about the way they look, right? And that's why people go and have even some plastic surgeries, right? Because they're aging. And so anyways, we can't talk forever about this topic. I think it's a very interesting topic.